Hi lovelies, welcome back to UG Update. So guys, on this video we're going to be talking about the Soulmate series, guys. And guys, the Soulmate series is actually quite a very interesting series that is going down in Starlife currently. So guys, on this video we're going to be talking about a very interesting episode that is about to go down in Soulmate. So if you're a lover of Soulmate series, please watch the video to the very end to find out what Sachin is up to this time around. And if you are yet to start watching this particular series, please start watching it. It's actually quite a very interesting series. So guys, without wasting more time, let's dive straight into the video to find out what is about to go down. But before we continue, guys, if you are yet to subscribe to UG Updates, please click on the subscription button and subscribe. Don't also forget, guys, to give the video a thumbs up. Alright lovelies, let's dive straight into the video. So guys, the episode starts with Paresh asking Sachin to have puri bhaji. Sayali made it. Then Sachin says, Aji used to make it for me. No one made it for me. Paresh then says, Sayali cooks well. Have it and see. Then Sachin says, you ask her to give me food. Paresh then says, you tell her. While Sayali serves him the food. Sachin eats it and likes it a lot, and then he says it's good. Paresh then asks him to eat well. Sayali smiles. Sachin asks her to serve more, and then Sachin says, I have eaten such good food after a long time. Paresh says, tell this to her, while Sachin smiles and says, it's good, best, but not like Aji makes. I want more puris. Sayali goes to make puris, and then Renu says, now he isn't getting late. Then Sachin says, if mom made food, then I would have left. Good food stops people. Renu then says, you don't respect the food I have prepared. Then Sachin says, you always served the food to Tejas. They argue, and then Paresh asks them to have food peacefully. Renu says it's not tasty food, it's just okay. While Shaku says it's tasty, everything is perfect. Renu then says, have eat silently. Sachin then says, I will take some food parcel. Paresh says, come home and eat food at lunchtime. While Sachin says, tell her to pack some food. Paresh then says, you tell her, take her name and tell her. Sachin then says, yes, what's her name? While Renu smiles. Paresh says he doesn't know his wife's name, what a man. Then Sachin says, I remember, but I forgot now. Paresh then says, Sayali. Then Sachin says, Sayali. Paresh then coughs, and then Sayali gets more puris. Sachin asks Sayali to pack food for lunch, but Paresh says, it's the magic of your hands. He will have homemade food from now. And then she agrees. She gets the lunch, and then Sachin asks, why this water bottle? Then Sayali says, it's clean water. While Sachin says, I will go, Paresh then says, tell her. Sachin then says, I'm going on walk. He then leaves. Paresh says, I'm happy to see him become a family man. You both stay happy. This is my wish. And then he goes. While Shaku says Sachin likes the food, does he like the food or Sayali? Renu then asks, what do you want to say? Shaku says, he has changed in one day. See how he gets under your control. Renu says, I'm worried for Tejas. We will make the lemon garland and go to the temple. Shaku calls Sayali, and then Renu asks Sayali to make lemon garland. Sayali says, I have to make garland. And then Renu says, do my work first. It's for Tejas. I have prayed for his return. Make it fast. Sachin then meets his friends and they all congratulate and hug him. They dance, and then Sachin says, Tejas had run away, so that forced me to marry Sayali. He asks them to have food, and then he says Sayali makes the best puri bhaji. We won't eat the junk food. They eat the food and likes it, and then Sachin says it's better than hotel food. They tease Sachin and then laugh. Then Sachin asks, what do you mean to say? They say you got your wife's prepared dish. Do you just like the food and not your wife? Sachin then says, I'm saying something else. And then they ask him if his room was decorated. Sachin says, yes, it was decorated. Dad called me home earlier. They ask, what did you do? Then he says, I went to my room, that girl was there, and then he gets a call and leaves. Tejas is with some laborers in their house and they joke on him. He recalls his words and then he wins the game and he says, I will go, I'm hungry, I want to go to have food. The men argue and say, you won the game by cheating. while Teja says no. The man then says win the next game and show. They play the game again and the man says I won. Scores got even. Tejas then stays hungry and then his friend says we will have food, don't worry, we will go to the temple, while Tejas refuses. The man then says you just come with me. Tejas then goes while Sayali does the work. Paresh praises her and then she says I'm habitual to do work. He says you always think for your family but you will also have some dreams. She then says I just wanted to support my parents in their old age. Then Paresh recalls Alok and gets sad. He says I'm fine. He thanks her and then she thanks him for permitting her work. He asks what did Sachin say and then she says he asked me to do anything I want. He says his way of talking can be wrong but not his intentions. Then Renu comes to town while Paresh corrects her. Renu asks for the lemon gallant and then she asks how dare you neglect my work. Then Paresh says Sayali is our Bahu, don't insult her. While Renu says tell her she insulted me and then she continues to scold Sayali. Guys, it's quite an interesting episode. We'll see how the thing between Sachin and Sayali is actually going to go down. But guys, please drop what you think about the episode on the comment section. And as you do that, please don't forget that this is still UG Updates. In case if you are yet to subscribe to UG Updates, please click on the subscription button and subscribe. Don't also forget, lovelies, to give the video a thumbs up. Alright, lovelies, that'll be a wrap. Thank you guys for watching up to this point. I really love you guys, and I'll see you guys on my next video.